See, what Donald Duck doesn't realize is he's not just damaging America's politics, he's actually damaging white America's reputation.
Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. So lovelies, I came across this stitches for you, and I thought to share. Well, these brothers are actually sharing a very interesting topic: how this present administration is not only damaging his own, like damaging Orange Man's reputation, but it's also damaging all of the reputation of the planet colored people, and also exposing so many things which is hidden under the sun. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. Anyway, lovelies, why not just share your thoughts and let's dive into it, lovelies.
See, what Donald Duck doesn't realize is he's not just damaging America's politics, he's actually damaging white America's reputation around the world. Because for centuries, black folks have been out here trying to clean up that image. We've been the bridge, right? The reason why people in Africa and the Caribbean and South America and even Europe still gave America a chance, because they saw us. They saw our soul, they saw our music, they saw our forgiveness and our strength. And they said, if those people can still love America after everything it's done to them, maybe America isn't all that bad. Black people humanized this country, right? We softened how the world saw white people through our grace, through our creativity and our endurance. We made America look civilized. We made it look like progress was possible. But then Trump came along and he ripped that mask off, right? He's exposing the same hate and the greed and the cruelty that we've been warning about for generations. Now the world sees it, live and unfiltered, the arrogance, the racism, the authoritarianism, all of it on full display. While black people were out here trying to build bridges, Trump's been out here burning them down. While we were trying to heal the image of white America, he's been proving every stereotype right. That power corrupts, that whiteness unchecked turns violent, that America's greatness was built on domination, not democracy. So now the world ain't just looking at us like the victims anymore. They're looking at y'all like the threat. And that's the irony in all of this. For centuries, we've carried the burden of proving America had humanity. Now Trump's making the world question if it ever did.
Not to take too much of your time, can I just show you this video? This is for my black people, you feel me, my liberals, my Democrats, white people who've actually put in the work to deconstruct the racism that they've been indoctrinated to believe was normal. This video is for you guys. Just watch it. Just watch along with me, please.
I don't support him. I don't like him. I think he's a corrupted leader.
I like these videos.
And yeah, it took me a while to come to that conclusion, but I finally am coming to it. I do not like the guy at all. The first thing for me was he didn't release the Epstein files. They're even acting like they didn't exist. And of course they're sending Israel and Ukraine all of our tax dollars, just like the numbnuts before him did. Putting America last. And now he's blaming the beef farmers for the price of beef. Hey, I'm not biased, man. He talked a good game. He tricked me. I was fooled. I admit it. Okay, now let me tell you how bad I think this is, though. This is really this bad, guys. I want y'all, if you're a Christian, I want you to get into Revelation 13:3, and I want you to read that verse. Yeah, about the Antichrist, about the one who was fatally wounded in the head. Then he was miraculously healed, and the whole world marveled at him and said no man can make war with him. Yeah, I do think that Donald Trump is that beast of Revelation 13.
My thing is, if this is really what you believe, if this is honestly what you believe wholeheartedly, I think that this is what you gotta do, right? I don't feel like there's any words anymore. Just
fight back! White man, 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 fight back!
You feel me? You see where I'm going? Because my thing is, I've been seeing a lot of these videos. I've been seeing a lot of these videos on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you understand? And every time that I see them, I just can't help but think the obvious. You know, like, y'all know what the fuck to do. You know what to do. Like this video, for example. Just
my medication, it runs $20,000 a month without insurance. I make $800 a month. Oh, that will kill me.
Okay.
That would kill my friends.
Damn, for you and your friends.
That would kill millions of people in this country if they lose their health care.
People tried to warn you. You understand? I just feel like all you gotta do is just a simple 1, 2.
Man, fight back! White man, fight back! White man, fight back! White man,
That's all you gotta do. Why aren't y'all doing it? Can you do it, please? Can you do it? Like this date? Thanks.
United States, and the country needs him to be president of the United States. We have to finish what we started.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I will never forgive, I will never forget, and I will continue to fight. Not her, not my friend. Steve. Steve Bannon is everything that is wrong with American politics today. Everything. In one little neat package. Steve Bannon is everything that is wrong with politics today. Everything. And he wants us to believe that Donald Trump will be president in 28 and that we need him to be. I never, ever, ever want to hear the both sides argument ever again. I don't ever want to hear it again. In fact, I'm encouraging you not to say it to me. Keep your mouth shut. Don't say it to me. Because there's never been a Democratic president that's ever said that. Ever. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was elected 3 times and would have been elected a 4th, which is why the 25th Amendment exists, so that we do not have that. No, America does not need Donald Trump in the White House to finish what he started. He's made enough of a fucking destructive mess as it is, and quite frankly, we don't want him to do any more. I never want to hear both sides of the same. That both sides argument is lazy, given to you by people who refuse to do the work and refuse to even acknowledge the fact that one side is lazy, the other side is crazy. No. No. If you need a motivator, if you need a motivation to get off your ass and get deep involved in politics, he just gave you one. He just gave you one. I want you to think about this for just a second. You sit on your hands once again. You talk both sides once again. You vote for that election cicada bitch, Jill Stein, once again. Imagine what's going on and has been going on since January 20th of this year. Magnify that by 8 years, or multiply that by 8 years. Can you risk that? Can you risk that? Can you risk having this hellscape that we're all living in right now happen for 8 years? This is the time that if you consider yourself to be a conservative Republican, this is the time you take your goddamn party back. This is the time you do that. This is the time you put your foot down and say, enough. Enough. This is when you get involved in the party apparatus. This is when you start to call out the party apparatus for doing absolutely nothing because they get a couple of judges. This is when you start saying, nah, not here. Nope. Now, right now is when you do that. This is where if you consider yourself in any part of the left, you shut up and mobilize. You stop talking about it. You stop talking about what the Democrats should be able to do for you, and you start telling the Democrats what to do. This is where you're no longer an independent. You're either on the side of the people in the Constitution, or you're on the side of the Christian nationalists, the fascists, and an old, decrepit man running your country for 8 years and continuing to do what you see right now. This is the time that you take your power back. Now. You do not wait. You take your power back. You see, ladies and gentlemen, for this experiment that is called the United States of America to ever flourish, we have to let go of this idea that it's all white, which means it's all right. We have to stop religious fundamentalism from becoming law in our country. And it is time to say outright and openly to all those little secret Christian organizations, either you're going to be taxed until you shut up, or we're going to find a way to put you out in the open to shut you up. This is the time you stop feeding the maw of the business class and the corporations. I shouldn't have to worry about who owns my news division if my news division is telling me the who, what, where, when, why, and how. It is the time that you have those uncomfortable conversations at your Thanksgiving tables and your Christmas tables with your family who seem to think this is perfectly okay. This is the time that you say, no, there's nothing okay about this, and I do not support it. This is the time you start listening to people who have more of a plan than you do. And it doesn't matter if that face is black or trans. It doesn't matter. You shut up if you do not know, and you listen. Because these people are doing this out in the open. Steve Bannon can only say that because he realizes some of you are going to sit on your hands and do nothing. But you'll get to bitch, moan, and complain about how bad it gets. No. Y'all have played politics on a screen. United States politics is a combat sport. You got to get in. You got to get punched in your mouth. You got to lose a tooth or two. You got to get one of your eyes swelled up, but you got to throw punches. You got to fight your ass off. Some of you are afraid to do so. And you want to blame it on everyone else except for your inability to be a boss rather than a bitch. I need you to understand this is the plan. They're going to continue to prop up this decrepit ass man until they get everything that they want. Who's to say he won't get another term after that? 16 years. How about that? It's got to be like Roosevelt, right? No. We cannot continue to wish for a better America. We got to fucking start standing up for it. We got to start looking at all those people with those dumbass red MAGA hats and telling them, you are trying to shred the Constitution with your fucking obsession with this man. You need to sit down and be quiet. We are talking about the loudest 30% of the population ever. And they have morphed from the Tea Party to the birthers, from the birthers to MAGA, from MAGA to this thing. And you've been afraid. You didn't want to believe. It's time for you to start living in reality. You want a country? Or do you want a dictatorship? You want freedom and liberty for real? Or do you want freedom and liberty words? Do you like democracy? Or are you too stupid to understand that it is a republic if you can keep it? Which was said by one of the founding fathers, that would be Benjamin Franklin. It is time for us to take those wedge issues and shove them up the ass of the people that gave them to us in the first place. Keeping trans women out of sports isn't going to stop that motherfucker from trying to put Donald Trump back in the White House for a third term. And finally, and more importantly, it is time for you to use your voice. I don't care how small your platform is. I don't. It is time for you to start using your voice. What you don't understand, what you do not see, is what these people are about to do. This isn't scare tactics. This isn't fear mongering. This is real. Steve Bannon said that out loud in front of a camera and a microphone where people can see and hear him. And Donald Trump is listening. That's why he's talking about a third term. When he said finish what we started, he means shredding democracy. The question now becomes, you gonna fight or you gonna run? If you scared, say you scared. If you pussy, say you pussy. But if you're not, it's time to get up. It's time to fight.
Initially, I wasn't going to say shit about this. I wasn't going to say anything about the lack of melanin at these protests, specifically talking about the No Kings protest. But fuck it, here's my take. In the event that you have no idea what I'm talking about, a clip from Bill Maher's talk show actually resurfaced, showing the talk show host expressing his concerns over the lack of melanated bodies at these protests. In the clip, Bill Maher actually states that he noticed a strange presence, that it was strange, the absence of black people at the No Kings protest. And then he even spoke about how photographers were literally stating how they were struggling to find black people, that they could not spot black people within the crowd. Why are you looking for black people? Why are you looking for us? Especially considering we have not been outside since the ending of November 2024. Or have you not been paying attention? We said we wasn't going outside. We said we weren't fighting. So why are you looking for us? That right there is the reason why I'm so happy that black people collectively have come to the conclusion, we're going to sit this one out. This is not our fight. Because we knew that you were looking for us. We knew that you were plotting. You were plotting on us. Photographers for media source outlets literally stating, they're expressing how they found it challenging to be able to capture a black person on film at these protests. It makes me feel like there's some type of quota that they have to meet. Some type of quota of how many black faces they're able to capture so that they're able to use it for their narrative. Now all I really want to know is who's going to be the new scapegoat? Because you can't use my face anymore. You can't use my face. So who's the new problematic group in America? Who's the new violent group in America? Who's the new group that's always causing civil unrest in America? Who? Whose face are y'all going to use to try to make it seem like these protests for civil rights are violent? Who are you going to use to be able to spin that narrative? Whose blood will you shed? Whose life will you claim and be able to get away with it? Who? Because right now, y'all got a whole lot to fight for. Y'all got a whole lot to protest, to scream, to burn shit down for. But you don't want to fight the government. Y'all don't want to fight the government. You want to fight black people. You don't want to fight the Republicans or the Democrats. You want to fight black people. You don't want to fight for your rights. You don't want to fight for your lives. You want to fight black people. Get somebody else.
You know, Lovely, about the first stitch I put up about this, brother talking about how this present administration is exposing everything to other countries. I was having this conversation with a mutual of mine, and I was like, over the years, people have seen the state as a place to, a free land, a place you can just go do whatsoever, achieve, become a better version of yourself, with the help of our black brothers and sisters. The world saw the state differently compared to now. And the thing is that we know there have been so many form of discrimination, brutality, and all of that, which, sometimes we hear it and all of that. But the thing is that it's not as it's not the way at which it is right now is so visible. Like you can see it. You can just feel it and see it compared to before. I know something like this existed, like discrimination, HAT, and all of that before, but it wasn't the way at which it is right about now. I think it's worse now compared to before, and the world is now seeing it. Let me take, for instance, I have been making stitches, about happenings and the way at which people that looks like me have been treated for a very long time. And sometimes when I make stitches, people, come to my social, my commentary, and were like, "Oh my God, you're just, trying to make things up. This thing does not happen There's nothing like ray and cease. Ray and cease is something that happened during, 2 years. Sometimes they say, why am I always bringing up something that happened 400 years ago? There's nothing like discrimination. Everybody's been treated equal. Sometimes when you ask, they tell you, oh, I don't see race. Oh my God, I'm friends with black people. Oh my God, what are you even talking about? Even when you are seeing stitches of how these people have been treated, right? But they are so easy. They easily deny it because it doesn't work like this. But right about now, with all of the complaint, some people believe that discrimination and racism exist. Why some people are still they still find it very difficult to believe, right? But now, let me just take for instance, there's an incident that happened about Sonia Masi. I don't know if you guys know about Sonia Masi. It happened last year or last 2 years. I think it's last year or last 2 years. So I think it's 2022 or 2023. Yeah. So this lady who actually has, I think she has a medical issue, and a white cop decided to come to her house and unalive her, you know, just because she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. When this went viral all over the social platform, there are so many people who were still saying that it does not have everything to do with race. Even when I was teaching the said video, people were like, oh, I shouldn't. People were at the comment section. Even some stitches were like, oh, this is just it's not race based. It's not race based. Everything shouldn't be all about race, right? But right about now, with present administration, those people who actually deny that there is nothing like race and cis or discrimination or what or HATE or what have you, they are now beginning to see what so many people have been trying to say very, very long time. I think this present administration actually exposed everything that people that looks like me have been trying to package. People have been trying to make it look like, oh, even though the state is so it treats us bad, but we can still flourish. We can still make it through. But right about now, it's not the way at which it is. They are now ending up exposing, telling the world that yes, we are racists. Yes, we segregate. Yes, they have been telling you guys the truth. This is just the way at which I see it. All of those things that have been hidden, like even right about now, Ray and Cis now has doubled. If we used to have Ray and Cis in maybe 4%, it has doubled to like 8%. Like somebody can just come and look at your face as a black person and tell you that you are a black person and I hate you. Like it has become it's so worse compared to before, you know. And those people who have been looking for ways to justify every action, trying to make it look like, oh, it's not race based, now they're beginning to see, the world is beginning to see it the way it is. And people are so shocked. Sometimes when I read comment section, people are like, is the state actually the way it is? I was I was in a comment section of some group of ICE agent, the way at which they dragged this mother and her child was crying. If you see the comment section, people who were looking up to the state were so disappointed. They were so disappointed. Have you ever seen a nation that everybody is looking up to all of a sudden disappointing you? That is how it is right about now. Seriously. Anyway, love, please not just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we don't want any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. Lovely. So, if you're not subscribed to this channel, please do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button. Like, and I will see you, loves, when I upload the next one. Share, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.